Greetings, Goddess Body Mind Spirit community. This is Tyra Omilade, your goddess guru, your spiritual guide, your sister friend. And yeah, I'm back after a little bit of a rough last week. Hello, how's everybody doing? Um, wow, I have had a really rough week. But I'm back. I'm back. It started actually the that weekend of the eclipse in Taurus. Woo! I started not feeling bad well, and I'm just now turning the corner. How's everybody doing out there? What's up, Fallon? Hey, Queen, how are you? Glad you are here. Yeah, I wanted to come on and talk about the wisdom for this month. I haven't come on. I know I came on one time last week, but I think I was just like doing the energy for the week. I'm going to look at everything this month to see, you know, like what's really going on. So yeah, I do want to say that first and foremost, I hope that everyone is well. Hope that the eclipse has been good to you. If not, my heart goes out to you, and just know that, you know, eclipses come to bring faded events. And I think I needed a break. I wasn't doing a good job of taking care of myself. So I confess, I confess, I confess. So yeah, tomorrow I am doing a full moon circle right here on my YouTube channel. I want to talk about the eclipse that's coming up on the 16th. The reason I'm doing it so early is because I have to go to my son's graduation. And so I knew I could get it in this week, because next week I'll be busy with, yeah, my firstborn son graduating from college. I'm really excited about that. My second born son has finished his first year of college. I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Fallon, can you believe that? Fallon knows my children. Greetings, Queen Virgo Bliss. Yeah, it's been a little bit rough. Mother's Day was not anything that I wanted to celebrate, just because Mother's Day, and I didn't want to announce this before because I didn't want people feeling sorry for me, because I wasn't really feeling bad. I just wasn't vibing Mother's Day. My mother died 25 years ago on May 8th. So I was like, yeah, Mother's Day for me is canceled. My husband, my kids, every day is Mother's Day with them. I'll say it that way. Yes, thank you. Yeah, I'm really proud of both of my sons. Very, very proud of them. So I hope that y'all join me tomorrow for the full moon circle. I do want to let y'all know that I have, yeah, yeah, it's complex. Mother's Day is a complex holiday. It has good intentions, and I believe in honoring mothers, and I believe more needs to be done to support moms and, just honor, this work that we do as mothers. But it's just complex. It's real complex. Greetings, Ia Ocean Funke. How are you? Welcome. What's up, Eileen? Hey, girl. How are you? I didn't know if I was going to see you here tonight. So yeah, tomorrow, full moon circle. Join me here. We're going to talk about that Scorpio eclipse that is coming up on the 16th of May. And again, I'm doing this so early because because my son graduates, and so I just couldn't do it any later. So, let's talk about May is what I want to really focus on um right now. Hello to everyone who is here. Oh, don't let me forget to acknowledge the hashtag. Oh, what am I doing? Hold on. Yeah, we got the hashtag replay sisters. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, yeah, I was gonna say also in the link of this video, if you want to get in early for my new moon workshop in Gemini, y'all can see we're gonna have it's not really a new moon workshop. It's a retreat to reset. If you're ready to reset, get yourself going for the new moon in Gemini. You just want a fresh, clean start. You would like some wisdom and some guidance on how to, move forward from where you are, be in community with other beautiful souls, wow, that last new moon retreat that we had, it was so powerful. And I just love the connection that we all made. Some people were new, but it didn't matter. It was just like we gelled. But that is going to be on the 27th, May 27th, the evening of May 27th. And you can get a $10 discount if you register by the 16th of May. And you'll see that link at the bottom of the description of this video. So um, we've made it through the first week in May, and we are now into Tuesday, basically, of this month. So you can see tomorrow's a big day. Like this week, it's not a lot going on this week. So we have Mercury retrograde, Jupiter moving into Aries. So Mercury, I don't know. Like I was telling somebody, the aspects to Mercury, I just let me see here. Uh, Sun conjunct Mercury. Mercury sextile, that's not a problem at all. Let's see here. And then Mercury goes direct. So Mercury just doesn't have a lot of um aspects that make it super problematic. First of all, it's retrograding in its home sign of Gemini. So that's automatically conferring some, like Mercury is feeling comfortable in Gemini. Like it's at home, it's good, even though it starts retrograding. And trust and believe, we've been in this retrograde energy um probably for the last at least 3 to 4 days. And so tomorrow is it officially starts its movement backwards. And then it will eventually go into Taurus. What I think about Mercury retrograde is, number one, that Gemini house. We had a lot of energy in the Geminian house. Like, what is Gemini for you? Let me get my little note, because I think this is important. So we just finished having eclipses in Gemini. And I can tell you this is on point. We just finished having eclipses in Geminis. Oh, thank you. It's not mine, actually, Fallon. I bought this from somebody. But yeah, she's amazing. I'm really in awe of all the work she's done to help make sharing astrology easier, or to learn, because I was originally using this calendar to learn. Um, and I'll give credit, it's Astrology is who I got this from. But anywho, Gemini is the sign that we just came out of having eclipses. Okay. And so Mercury retrograding in Gemini is like, hey, let's review the lessons of the retrogrades in Gemini. And so Gemini was the part of the retrograde that was taking us in a new direction. I'm just going to tell y'all really quickly, and y'all got to listen for the sign, because it's not going to be in the order that y'all are used to. So for Taurus, Gemini, it could have brought up money stuff for Tauruses. Maybe um, there's some lesson that you had started learning about money, self-care, as well as your self-worth and value. Maybe you started buying some stuff and you didn't finish buying it. I don't know, Taurus, but it could be you're going to go back and revisit some money issues, maybe something about food. It could be something like that. For Virgo, Gemini is the house that has to do with career. And so Mercury retrograding in Gemini, it was like you were taking your career in a new direction, or something new has happened for Virgo in their career. And so Mercury retrograde might be having you revisit something that's unfinished regarding career. I was talking to a Virgo today, and I was saying it could bring back Maybe it seems like there was a lost job opportunity or a career move, and that could come back to the Virgos. The Capricorn, so this is all of the earth signs. Gemini has to do with your sixth house. So for the Capricorns, Mercury retrograding in Gemini could be asking you to revisit topics regarding your health and wellness as well as work. It could be you started some health plan, didn't finish it. Maybe you started something with work, didn't finish it. Is something undone with work? Or maybe it's some lesson about like your day-to-day operations and routines, and you need to like get it together. Capricorn, I know you typically are pretty good, but I know a lot of times Capricorns, they roll a little bit out of balance. They're doing too much. Maybe y'all supposed to be doing better with work-life balance and you're not. I'm not sure, but that's what I have for the Capricorns. For Scorpio, this is a house that has to do with other people's money, shared resources, as well as your wounding and like how are you taking care of yourself, Scorpio? I really do feel like this is coming up for me because I have struggled with feeling well this last week. And so for the Scorpios, it might be like, hey, Scorpio, are you taking care of yourself like you had committed to? Do you remember your commitment to taking care of yourself? And it's going to have you revisit that, maybe even something regarding taxes. For Pisces, this is your fourth house. And so for the Pisces, it may be something regarding, you need to revisit something regarding home, family, um, your emotions, something regarding your ancestors. Mercury retrograding in that house. It's maybe something unfinished or before you can make progress on the way forward. Maybe some of the Pisces are looking at changing place of living and something needs to be done before that can actually happen. Or, maybe it's something about like how your family is operating. Maybe you didn't finish something around the house. It's just going to have you revisit things regarding home and family. And maybe it will ask you to revisit something in your emotions, some emotional healing, maybe, or it might bring up something that needs to be healed from your emotions. For the Cancerians, this is your 12th house. And so Cancerians might feel like they're revisiting topics that have something to do with like to a certain degree healing, um but it's like healing something maybe like a secret, really moving past something that's secretive, or maybe you have a silent illness, cancer, and you're like, man, I haven't been able to conquer this thing and it's really like messing with me. And Mercury retrograding is going to help you maybe go back and revisit something that you can do to kind of help you heal. Maybe something regarding your subconscious mind. You were supposed to like work on the subconscious mind, or um, something spiritual. You started a meditation routine and you didn't finish it, Cancer. Let's see here. Could be something with art and spirituality in general. It will be a time for you to, actually, I think for the Cancerians, it's important for y'all to understand that this retrograde can help you clear up some stuff so that you can make progress in a different area of your life. Maybe you're like, man, I thought I was going to make progress, but maybe you're like engaging in sabotage. You don't feel safe in some kind of way. And once you address, like, I'm safe, I don't have to sabotage myself. I can do this. It's safe for me to make a lot of money, or it's safe for me to be successful. It's safe for me to be seen. Then you'll find that you're making more progress. Um, so no, you didn't miss Leo. I'm going out of order. Next is Aquarius. So for the Aquariuses, this could actually be a time where you're like, man, I need to have some fun. Or maybe, oh, now some of the Aquariuses might find some old flames coming back to you during this time. I know it's not Venus retrograde, but it is in a house that has to do with dating, the fifth house. So it could be that. it could be there was some ingenious idea, maybe an idea about business, and you haven't implemented it yet, and this idea is going to come back to you. So I think that's especially if you want to like get ahead, make some progress. I think this is important for the Aquariuses. For the Libras, this is a time where you might just be like, you know what? I thought I was expanding, but then I just found myself like closing back down and I'm not like really expanding. And I need to remember, like, I decided I'm moving in a new direction in my life. Maybe you thought, maybe I'm going to go learn something new. And then you're like, forget it. I'm not going to learn it. But this retrograde, you might feel like, I definitely want to go learn something new. Libras might also feel like they want to go travel abroad, and they may have like canceled their plans or something threw their plans off with traveling, and now they're gonna like be like, no, we're gonna travel. I think this is gonna be an important retrograde for the Geminis. Y'all were like caught up in these eclipses and forced to go in a new direction. I'm sure a lot of Gemini's lives are so different from before these eclipses happened. And so you're gonna get this reminder of, like, remember, this is where we're headed. We're not gonna go in the other direction. We're gonna keep going forward. But you might have to revisit some things that, maybe you're turning back. And this retrograde is gonna be like, remember, let's look in this mirror, Oshun's mirror, and how this will like really slow things down for you if you go back and return to doing these old things. It could just be a reminder, a refresher of, hey, Gemini, you really need to make sure that you you remember what the new directive is, the new mission is for your life. Don't go backwards, only go forwards. And I'm only doing part of this eclipse because there's part of the eclipse is in Taurus. So I'm only talking about Gemini just because, Gemini has been something that we've worked on for the last year and a half, and we're going to revisit it. So the next one is Sagittarius. Um, for Sagittariuses, this might be a reminder that you really need to depend on other people. Like, don't do this on your own. You need to make sure you are asking for help, being open to being supported. It could bring back a past love, past memories of a love interest, and maybe some lessons that you need to learn from past relationships. So, it's a new direction that Sagittarius need to be going in when it comes to relationships. And I think that this will remind you of what you need to focus on. And then for Leo, here we go, Fallon. Hey, Latoya, welcome. Um, for Leo, Gemini is the 11th house. Now, this 11th house for Leos is very lucky. So it could be that the Leos are going to go back and reclaim some good fortune. Maybe you feel like you have um, missed an opportunity, but you may find that the opportunity comes back your way. I think that was it a Libra? I think Libras and Leos will be in that position where you'll feel like you missed some good fortune. It's going to come back. Maybe there's something that you were working on and you wanted to make progress. It fell by the wayside, but now you are going to be like remembering, or there's something that needs to be retooled or retweaked in order to make progress. So, Leo, this could be a very promising um, retrograde for you, and it could bring a lot regarding career and just forward movement in terms of like what you're known for, and making money from what you're known for. Now, the other thing that I will say is it could bring back maybe some groups that you've been a part of, Leo, some vibe tribes, people that you thought you lost contact with, or you're like, man, I remember meeting them at some major function, and I did not follow up with them, and it's like I would love to work with them. I think it could be something like that too, for the Leos. And then for the Aries, this is happening in your third house. And so for the third house, whew, man. So Aries, I don't know what you were focused on, because that third house, it could mean a lot. That third house could mean you're going to revisit something regarding your local community. Yeah, I know an Aries who's going to be coming home soon. So it might be that you are super engaged in the community and you're going to go back and revisit. Maybe you want to go hang out in the local community. There might be a workshop that you need to revisit, one that you took. Maybe it's a workshop idea that you had, and now you're going to remember it and actually do the workshop. It could be bringing up topics regarding siblings. Maybe, there's some unfinished business with siblings or friends, people in the local community, even neighbors. And it could bring back, you said you were going to work on your mind, Aries, and you haven't been doing the work to bring health and well-being to your mind. So it could be something like that. And maybe there was some social media, some business venture that has fallen by the wayside, or you can't make progress on it because something is undone, something is unfinished. And so you might find yourself revisiting, what do I need to do in order to make this happen? So that's what I'll offer to the Aries. I think that this will be a great retrograde. The thing about this retrograde too is it's retrograding in Gemini, which is the sign. Okay, Latoya, so true. And glad that was helpful, Fallon. It's retrograding in the sign that we just left from having the eclipses in, and it's retrograding back into the sign where we're currently having eclipses. And these eclipses are about new beginnings. And so I encourage you all to look at, like, what is it that you can do to go in a new direction? Maybe there's a new direction you need to be going in, and you've been like putting the brakes on it and getting, I'm just going to talk the way, it's coming in my mind, getting all scary, or just too in your head about this thing, or maybe you've moved too fast and now you need to slow down and just be like, whoa, 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 whoa. What is it that I actually need to do to make this successful? Make no mistake about it. This retrograde is designed to help you make progress in the direction of the area of life that is Gemini and Taurus. Okay. I only stuck with Gemini because it can get so confusing. But that's what I want to say about that. Then we have Jupiter moving into Aries. And I love Jupiter in Aries. It's fiery, it's hot. Oh my gosh, the Aries people are going to be loving it. All the fire signs, if you have something in fire, up to about 8 degrees this first go round, you're going to love this. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. It's the energy of inspiration, and you might feel more bold, and you might want to um take action, like inspired action, and um yeah, just like feeling hopeful, right? The other signs that may really like this, save Libra may not like Jupiter and Aries. Just being 100 Libras, this may not be a very easy transit for you. But for Gemini and Aquariuses, you may also like this. Now, when Jupiter goes into Aries, okay, hold on. Let me tell y'all something. Aries rising Leo sun. Yes. The fella said, fire gonna gas us up to confront things. It's a true story. And people will actually listen, because Jupiter is like this energy of the teacher and somebody who has like a thought leader. I'll say it that way. Now, let me tell y'all my take on Jupiter. I had said, and I don't really know where this is, but anyone who was in the inner circle, remember I went through Jupiter being in Pisces and Aries. And I told y'all, I said, y'all, I'm not convinced that I'm convinced, actually, I should say this way. I'm pretty certain that Jupiter leaving Pisces going into Aries might be a little bit of a challenging time. And I was thinking about it this morning and I was like, what is Jupiter? The law. It has to do with judges. And okay, let me back up. Jupiter, any planet that goes from water to fire, that's called Gandanta in Vedic astrology. And when something is Gandanta, it's karmic. It's very karmic. And so, though I do see this as Pluto return, what has sparked this leak and this uproar about Roe versus Wade being repealed, I also think Jupiter being right at the verge of going from Pisces into Aries is part of the issue. Jupiter is the judge. Jupiter has to do with the law. And oh my gosh, if this isn't something that's karmic, this is not something that's new. We are revisiting something that, a fight that we've already had and have been having for years, actually. And so that's one of the things that I think, well, I'll be happy when Jupiter goes on over in the Aries. I'm like, just go on over in the Aries. But y'all, look, Jupiter is going to go from Aries to Pisces in, I think it's October. And so I don't really know what they say actually when it goes from fire to water, but I don't see how it could be that different. So sometime in October, let's see here. Jupiter goes into, sorry, I'm going so fast, y'all, if that makes you crazy. Jupiter goes into Pisces on October 28th. So I wonder if we're going to see something around that time. I'm just like hoping and praying, hoping and praying that it's working in our favor and that we keep this law in place, that we just keep it in place and we just move forward from there. And I'm saying it that way because I'm speaking what I want and doing my best not to say no to what I don't want. Because when we say no to what we don't want, we're essentially saying yes to it. And it sounds so counterintuitive, but I do know that we've talked about this. Our language is defining our reality. And so I just want us to all touch and agree in that this law, well, for those who care, because I'm not going to make an assumption that everybody who watches this video is for this, but I am, and I'm going to promote for it to stay in place. For those who want to touch and agree, be for what you want, that it stays in place. Okay. But I'm telling y'all, we're going to see something happen around uh, October, and then we'll see something happen again around December. Let's see here. It goes in, yeah, like right here, especially the first, maybe third of the month. That's gonna be a real interesting time. I don't know what else it could be bringing up. It could bring up other stuff that has to do with legal hearings, legal proceedings, something to do with judges. But I do know that that's something that has come up this time around. Okay, so let's see here. Jupiter in Aries is gonna be turn up time for some of the fire signs. I'm a little jealous of y'all. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Now that I think about it, Jupiter will be on my Venus. Okay. Mm, mm, I'm so excited about that. I don't know what to do. Okay, so next week, I'm just gonna look at the highlights. We're gonna have a lunar eclipse in Scorpio. Okay. So again, that's what I'm talking about tomorrow. Same goddess channel at 7 p.m. No, I don't know what time I came on today, but same goddess channel tomorrow, y'all. Come on, turn it up. It's gonna be a little bit low key, y'all, because sister is on the rebound. So I gotta be gentle with myself right now. But yeah, I'm excited about this lunar eclipse in Scorpio, and I'll talk about it in detail. But anytime it's a lunar eclipse, it's about the culmination of something that It has something to do with your Scorpio house or something you've been working on, honestly, for the last 9 to 18 years. It could be 9 years ago something got started. What was going on 9 years ago? What was that? 20 it was at 2013. Oh my gosh. 2013? Is that right? So it could be something from 2013 and or it could be something from around 2003, 2002, 2003. So it could just it could be a culmination from that long ago. I know it's like, are you serious? Do you really think I'm gonna remember that far back? Just do it. And I can assure you there is a connection to what's happening today from 9 years ago or 18 years ago, I should say. Um, Scorpio is about purging and releasing and letting stuff go. And y'all know I have been saying we need to remember, yes, Fallon, turn up. We need to um, understand that like Erica Badu's song needs to be like on repeat, okay? Or a song like that. Bag Lady. All right. We need what bag are you going to let go of? That's really honestly what this is about. And it's like you want to let go of a wound. That's largely what Scorpio is. That's anchoring you. Anchoring, anchoring you. It's got you anchored to the side of the shore. You can't even get your boat to go on out and start making the trip. And it has a chain on it, so maybe you get out just a little bit, but you can't unmoor yourself. You're anchored. And so what you want to do is you want to get yourself unanchored so that you are able to go and make some money and manifest better in your life. That's what this eclipse will afford you. So I want you to start thinking about what is it that you're going to do to release and let this go? What do you need to release and let go? Ocean Funke, wow. In 2013, I started my spiritual path in earnest. Yes. Hmm. And I can assure you, you'll feel like, okay, I made it to the end of this part, and now it's time to move on to a new part. That's where I am. I am like, oh my gosh, it's some stuff. I started actually no, it was 2003 for me. So the eclipses before that, 2003, I started my initiations, and I feel like there was something left undone that I'm having to finish up in this lifetime. Wow, moved officially to Nashville in 2013. Yes. And so what I would say this eclipse might have to do is maybe Fallon, you're like, okay, I have done everything that I need to do in Nashville. 2003, you met your godmother, S. Spellman, who changed your life. Oh. And then the next eclipses, you landed in Nashville. Is it the godmother that I know? She landed in Nashville. And now, this eclipse is gonna be telling her something new. I would say Ocean Funke, since it's 2013, you definitely will be feeling like you're ending and moving forward in a new direction. Okay, Fallon, I thought. So it might be something that needs to be released and let go. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Our initiations, in my opinion, based on my experience, they're not perfect. And, when after I initiated, my godparents said, okay, the divinities now, go let them initiate you. And it's like, well, what does that mean? Well, I've learned what that means. If there's unfinished business, if something wasn't right, then that initiation, it will get completed. Right. And I think an eclipse like this is a great time. That's so true. I moved in with her when I first wow. Wow. When you moved to Nashville. Okay. Yeah. There's something culminating for you because those are two big events for you, Fallon, meeting her and then moving in with her when you came to Nashville. So I would say, is there something that needs to be released and let go of regarding that. That sounds right. This is Ocean Funke, just trying to surrender to knowing the what with the eyes wide open. Beautiful, sister. Um, so what has happened for me, as I have gone through this, wow, as I've gone through this transformation, is it's like you really have to be willing to surrender. That's what this eclipse is largely about, surrender. You have to be able to surrender certain things that we held to be true and certain things that were said to us during our initiation. And that will open us up for what is the truth. And I'm going to give y'all the example that has come up for me. So when I was initiating as a priestess into the sacred feminine mysteries, um, I was trying to figure out like what was this big move I was going to make. And I said, I'm going to give up stinking thinking. And I was told, "No, that's not it. That's not flying." And I'm sure there was divination done and all of that kind of good stuff. And here recently, I just have had so many memories of things that have happened at my initiations that disturbed me. Not that I was hazed or anything like that, but it was just like I wish I didn't buy into certain things, or I was doing my best to be in that place of surrender. And I wish I had just allowed myself to say, you know what? I'm going to buy this and I'm going to reject that. It's just how it is. Like, my thing is this: I don't know everything about your life. You know better than I do. You live with your Ori. I don't live with your Ori. I can tell you what I see, but ultimately, it's between you and your Ori, you and your Orisha, you and your inner goddess, your ancestors. And so, um, I that's one thing that really replayed back for me, and finally, I was like, "Wait a minute. That was what I was supposed to give up." I just didn't have enough vocabulary to explain it, and what it turned into was, I should have started mindfulness practices a long time ago, and so now I have myself on doing 90 days of mindfulness. That's what I should have done after I finished my initiation. I should have figured out what is mindfulness, get myself engaged into it. Mindfulness is something that is exceedingly important for my functioning. When I don't do mindfulness, I feel messed up. It sounds very simple, but it was a moment where I felt very certain that this is what I was supposed to do for myself. And I didn't listen to myself. I did not trust myself. And here I am, all these years later, finally embracing mindfulness. What if I had done this so much sooner? Instead, I left very confused about what I needed to do. And, it has just taken me a while to find my footing. So I'm just being honest. I'm just being 100. My godparents, they're the perfect godparents for me. I love my godparents. They never professed that they were going to be perfect. This isn't even about them, to be honest with you. I'm just saying that when we go through we have these teachers and these elders, they sometimes speak stuff into us, not meaning to, and we just got to speak it out. And it will come up when we get back to that point where it's like, I know I'm supposed to be growing spiritually, but I'm not quite sure how I'm supposed to do this. Some of it requires let it go. Release what was told to you that you're like, this ain't sitting for me, it ain't worked for me all these years. Let it go. Could be any teacher. Maybe it's not spiritual. Maybe it's somebody that gave you some career advice. Might be somebody gave you some parenting, marital, health advice. I'm telling you, I've thrown all kinds of health advice out the window. Just bad. Don't work for me anymore. Okay. So maybe it never even worked. Those are the things that we want to be looking at, releasing. Maybe we got wounded in some kind of way. We've been holding on to that wound. That way, if I hold on to it, it'll never happen to me again because I just stay in it and I know the feeling of it. And, it makes me hyper, like hyper focused on making sure nobody hurts me again. I know this story so well because it's me. I know this. Like I'm constantly saying to Craig, like today, I was like, okay, when you went for a walk in the neighborhood, does it seem like the same neighborhood? Does it seem safe? What you think? Is it safe? Craig was like, yeah. I was like, okay, because I don't have a good gauge on what's safe and what's not safe. I grew up in trauma. So it's like my gauge is off. I have to look at people who typically feel safe to learn how to feel safe. And then guess what? I went and got my walk done right before I did this. Oh, it may just be I'm not even saying let go of your teacher, okay? I want you to take this is a great example. Fallon, I want you to take what I'm saying and just think about your life. This may have nothing to do with your godmother. You brought that up, so I used it as an example. But it might be something else. You just want to like check in with your body and see of all the things that I've mentioned, what can you let go? What bag needs to be let go of? How are you a bag lady? And release at least one bag, at least one bag. Okay. Sun goes into Gemini on the 20th. Okay, that's exciting. That's exciting. Um, yeah, the sun going into Gemini. That'll bring a little bit of fun and lightness and I think we'll feel inspired, maybe have a lot of good ideas during that time, feel a little bit social, want to get out, go travel a little bit. Um, yeah, I think the sun in Gemini mostly is going to be good. Let's see here. Mercury's going to retrograde into Taurus. I'll talk about that later this month, but it will retrograde back into Taurus. We have the Mars in Aries. Oh my gosh, that'll be so much fun. Hey, CV, how are you? Okay. For Fallon, not taking care of my health. Very, very good. And with you being an Aries rising, that's on point because that eighth house, it does say it's very important to take care of yourself. I always tell people if you have an eighth house transit going on, you want to um, you wanna spend as much money as you can to take care of yourself. As much money as you can afford, I should say, to take care of yourself. Yeah, all on your toes, CV. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Glad to share so that you can get that confirmation. Let's see here. Yeah, so Mars goes into Aries. Again, Libras, you know, I love so let me just say this for the Libras. Okay, let me say this for the Libras. Libras, you will love Sun in Gemini. Okay. You will love Sun in Gemini. You probably will not like Mars in Aries or Jupiter in Aries. Oh, so Mars and Jupiter, oh, they're going to conjunct. Okay, that's oh my gosh, this is going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. Um, so yeah, Mars is going to move into Aries and that's going to bring a lot of energy. Aries is a sign of new beginnings, and so it could bring new beginnings in some kind of way. Mars is finally back to Aries, its home sign after 2 years. So it could mark the beginning of something for a lot of us. So I'm excited for us. We are very much in an energy of new beginnings. So if you are trying to just put the brakes on stuff, sorry, sister. Sorry. The brakes will not be put on. Okay. So yeah, Mars and Aries is going to take us in a new direction. It could bring a focus on our bodies. We'll want to work out more, get moving. I love this. I think this is going to be like a busy time. We're going to have Sun in Gemini, which, Geminis, they like to move and shake and candlestick make. Aries is like action. Let's get some stuff done. Um, so I'm excited about that. We are sort of like moving more into retrograde season. We'll see more and more planets go retrograde. Let me see if there's any. I have to, because sometimes Lotta's calendar is not correct or it doesn't have everything on it. So let me just go back to May. Okay, so yeah, just Mercury retrograde in May. And then we're going to have some planets go retrograde, Saturn and Neptune in June. And that'll be like 3 planets retrograde. So it's sort of like we'll want to take action, but there is this, it's like sustained action, or maybe we'll be taking action on revisiting some stuff. It all sort of depends on like what's getting activated in your chart. If y'all need readings, let a sister know. I would love to look at your chart and share with you. Actually, if you buy the new moon workshop, um, then you can upgrade and get, or not upgrade, but there is the option to get the mini reading for the new moon. Well, just for the next 3 months or so is what I'll cover. Um, but yeah, you want to just make sure you balance maintaining or slowing down a little bit with still telling yourself, but we're going to keep moving forward. It's not really a restful time. It's not super restful. Maybe once we get to um Cancerian season, maybe we'll feel a little bit more like resting, but it's not super restful right now. Yeah, because we're in the time between the eclipses. It's like we're in limbo. And yeah, like this eclipse energy is, it's like magical, and um it's like being in the mist. It's like the mist of Avalon. And it's something spiritual. It's like the spiritual mist that's over us. And we just need to a certain degree, trust. That's what the eclipses ask us to do. Like, how many of us are really willing to trust? This eclipse in Scorpio is asking us, how willing are you to trust? It's that time. It's time for us to stop doing it the old way, feeling like, oh, I got to work so hard. I got to do all these things. No, no. We need to manifest. We need to align. We need to start living according to divine law. Like, we are modern day women, okay? We are women who have the opportunity, no matter what faces us, we have the opportunity to operate from our superpowers, our womb, our intuition, to do things that our mothers did not have an opportunity to do. And so, but it's going to take us doing it. It's going to take us balancing our masculine energy with our feminine energy, actually doing our best to swing ourselves towards our feminine energy so that we strengthen that muscle, because we got the masculine down. Like, we know how to read, we know how to write, we know how to speak, we know how to, think. And we actually are doers. Like, we are mega doers. That's part of the reason I've struggled this last week. It's like, too much working. Do, 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 do. Go, 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 go. You know, that's beautiful, but we can't just live there. We want to bolster up this feminine energy so that we can be more into that ease and that flow. And we are manifesting. How many of us want that? Who wants that? We got to do it. And that's where we are right now. Hey, Felicia. Yeah, modern day women, I have decided that I am going to share the message that we're not supposed to be broke down. That's not our calling. We were not called to be broke down. It's it's 3 PhDs on this live stream. We have somebody who has a solid track record working for a government agency, years, highly skilled. Let me see here. There's no telling who else is on here. I don't know everybody else's credentials, but you know, I got my education. We have people who have businesses. Maybe you started in an Etsy store. Like, there was no possibility for a lot of us starting businesses until the internet. Some of us then found our jobs on the internet, right? Some of us have been able to break through generational BS. Our family, maybe they into poverty, and they just That's just where they are. And we broke through that. Opportunities that did not exist, even when I was a girl, they exist now. Okay. We did not come here to be broke. We did not come here to struggle. We're gonna have our time. We're gonna have to work. Don't get me wrong, y'all. I'm about commitment. I'm about putting in the work. I don't feel like there are some things where I'm like, yeah, I just deserve it. Like I deserve to be abundant and all that. Maybe I have to work a little harder than some people. It's just in my chart. I'm okay with that. For some people, they may manifest more easily, but everyone has sort of like we're all going to have our things that we have to actually like really get through in this lifetime, but we are not supposed to be sick. We're not supposed to be broke down. We're not supposed to be like struggling all the time. No, we are the new version of modern day women. And I know I have a lot of women of color on my channel. I know a lot of y'all, a lot of black women. Um and so we need to start telling ourselves a different narrative that we have all this spiritual energy over here. There's no reason for us to be struggling. We have to commit. That's the hard part. If we say what's hard, trusting my intuition or believing that everything is working in my favor, even though, I'm working on this project. I want to manifest this. This is what I've had to learn. Working on a online business. How do I make this work? Like, how do I do it? It's a huge dose of co-creation with the universe. Okay, because it didn't work out the way I thought it was going to work out. Co-creation. Like I trust the universe to show me what is it that I need to do in order to have an online business that I can be proud of, and it helps people, and I'm good with it. It represents my values, it represents my energy, all that kind of good stuff. Co-creation with the universe. And it's not until we come over here, because I used to think people were just BSing me, but I'm telling you, it's not BS. I'm living it now. I pulled surrender and intention today. Well, now, I'm glad you said that, Felicia. Let's pull an affirmation for this month. What do y'all think the affirmation is going to be? I surrender and I am intentional. That's two of our and say I surrender with grace and ease. How about that? I surrender with grace and ease. Oh my God. Y'all just saw me shuffling these cards. I'm a little bit weirded out. Look at what I pulled. I am intentional. Oh my God. Y'all just witnessed magic. Oh my gosh. This is crazy. I am intentional. I move forward calmly and with purpose. That is freaking amazing. Felicia, you and I are aligned. So I'm intentional. How will you be intentional this month? Is my question to you. How will you be intentional this month? I'm going to be intentional with okay, so I guess that's what we need to do. I am mindful. I am mindful. I understand. Well, I don't like their description. I am mindful means let's be present and in the moment. I know, Felicia. Did I not tell y'all magic and mystery awaits us in the time in between the eclipses? So, yeah. I did forget to just add down here, new moon in Gemini on the 30th. And just to remind y'all, I'm having and I'll talk about it after tomorrow, but I'm having a new moon mini retreat to reset, honey, retreat to reset. Who needs a reset? Honestly, we should get one once a month. But here's one for you. Doesn't matter how many of these retreats you've been to. I'm gonna tell y'all the last retreat I did, I shared an abundance hypnosis track. That thing is delivering. Some of us committed to listening to it 21 days in a row. And man, it is working. It is working. It is working. I'm just on day, like, maybe I'm on day 10 or 11, something like that. So yeah, hypnosis and meditations and just allowing you to come in and get quiet and get your month or maybe even the next 6 months to 12 months, like really set in your energy so that you're moving forward with grace, with ease, with flow. This is the old way that modern women need to actually revisit. Okay. And tomorrow, you can come to this and learn more about the full moon eclipse that's coming on the 16th. I hope that y'all join me for that. And there should be, well, anywho. Any questions? Let me pull one more card. Okay, let's see what I get for this one, Felicia. You pulled surrender and intention. So I'm gonna pull from the mythical goddess tarot deck. Mm-mm. This is your reading for the month. And then I'm gonna get off of here. I've been out here. I gotta make sure I get my rest. I haven't felt well. Okay. Felicia. 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 Look at what I pulled. Intention. Y'all just saw me shuffle the deck. Y'all, we need to be intentional this month. Who doubts that? Oh my goddess. I'm sweating looking at that. Oh my goddess. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. What number is this? 6. 6 of Wands. No, that's not it right there. Okay, so it says the magnificent wind goddess of intention brings what she desires into a world with ease. That's what we talking about, y'all. Come on now, turn up. We are both in sync. Hold on, I gotta put this one up. Exactly. This is weird. Oh my God. Okay. Her clarity and focus of intent come naturally as she is internally connected to spirit. Did I not talk about this earlier, y'all? Come on, give me my credit, as my dad would say. No, my father-in-law. One of them says credit with a C at the end. I'm like, why? Where did this C come from? Anywho, old black speak. I love it. She navigates the deepest levels of mind through meditation, introspection, and the dream time to identify what her being requires and then calls it to her. Mm. Her mind holds the intent of her soul's desire so that Source has a clear picture of what to deliver. You must know your dreams and desires and let them fuel your intentions that you honestly communicate with the heavens and they sing back in response. The very power of your intention lights the path from your being to the creative force by which your dreams may manifest and come to you. Kind of goes back to what I was talking about. Like, seriously, y'all, we think all this, I don't want this, I don't like that. I don't, no, 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 no. All the universe hears is, man, she's pouring a lot of energy into this subject. So more of that. Come on, y'all. Like, I can just imagine it's like all these little energy beings, and there's like a supervisor in charge of each one of us. And it's like, pour it on, bring it. She wants more. They don't care what you're saying no to. So we really want to make sure that we keep our minds. I'm going to give y'all a formula that I've told you before. Soften down from what you don't want. Soften down from, oh, I have problems with this, or I have problems with that. And oh, like it's just like all this problem, this problem, this problem. This is so bad. This is so bad. This is so bad. Soften. Just if you can just thaw it down a little bit, just tell yourself, okay, let me just like pull the energy, like unplug my energy from that, even just a little bit. Soften. Think about like when ice is melting. Soften. All this, oh, it's such a problem. Soften. Shift. That's what she's saying right here. Shift your focus to what you desire. Stay. 3 words. Soften, shift, stay. If you don't like your love life, stop thinking about, I don't like my love life. Just soften it down. Shift to what do you want? And we don't need to know how we're going to get it, nothing. Shift to what you want in your love life and just keep your mind focused on what you desire. That is what the universe is going to send you. We want to be intentional about what we're looking at. I've been telling myself I just have to really pull back from looking at news. I sort of like looking at news. I'm just being 100. I like keeping up with what's going on. I don't like being caught off guard. And, I sort of feel like I don't want to send the universe the message that I don't care. I can soften down. I can be intentional about what I'm looking at because it's all going up here, right? If we don't do something to clear it out up there, and we're just dumping stuff. So even when we seek to stay, it might be some other stuff getting in there. So we want to just be intentional with what are we allowing into our minds. There are these things called I don't know. I think the word is vasanas in the yogic tradition, where we have all these impressions on our minds. We don't even know they're there, but it creates such, like runaway trains, negative thinking. There's no open to possibility. We want to not feed that by just letting anything come in, right? Focus on your money. Okay, don't focus on the problems. You want to focus on like, okay, what can I do? Where do I want to go? Or maybe it's something about your home or your appearance, your attire, somebody at work. Who knows? It's a lot of stuff. We have to just train ourselves. I will I will give myself a moment maybe to like experience like full on emotion and then I'm shifting. I am going to focus on what I desire more than I should focus on what I don't want. So this month, be intentional. And part of the reason for this is we're in eclipse season. It's like energy is being imprinted all over the place. We got retrogrades happening. We got a lot of shifting going on. It's a lot of energy being imprinted. And so we just want to be intentional with what gets imprinted by the universe. Let me see. What are we doing? Hey, Natasha. No, Natalia, how are you? It's essential to identify what you want. Yes. Focus on I want. Allow yourself to dream. Allow yourself to desire. Allow yourself to have. Asheo. Hey, Serene. How are you, Priestess? So yeah, I just encourage everybody. That is our well, from 2 decks. I am intentional and intention for the month of May. And it's, yeah, I can't even begin to overstate the importance of that. Hello, is that Zinda from Australia? Wow. Hello. It's morning time over there in Australia. And I'm just getting off. So some of y'all have to watch the replay because I'm about to get off. Yeah, leave it to me to always go over an hour. But look, this is going to be on both YouTube and Facebook tomorrow. So join us, sister. Tomorrow I'll be back. So yeah. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so very much for being here. I do want to ask if y'all would like a sister's video. And is there somebody who could benefit from this wisdom and all this good, conversation that we've had? Please share the video. I would appreciate that. And more than anything, I hope that you have taken something from this evening. Let a sister know in the comments what is your takeaway from the energy of May that I'm sharing with you all today? Y'all like that? Y'all know I'm not a wordsmith, but that time I was feeling like one. Yeah, what are you taking away from this that you can apply to your life? One thing, that's all you need. It don't take all that sometimes. It don't take all that. But yeah, I look forward to thank you, Felicia. Yes. Give a sister a like. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. It will be a good time. And yeah, I wish y'all a great rest of the evening or day for my friend, my Aussie friend. So love y'all so much. Take care. Peace. Yes, be intentional. Thank you, Serene. You're welcome, Natalia. You're welcome, Felicia. You're welcome, everybody. Thank y'all. Love y'all.